And our final Hall of Famer this year is Linda Moore, the founder and executive director of the Elsie Whitlow Stokes Community Freedom Public Charter School here in DC. That's right. Elsie Whitlow Stokes was a teacher who believed strongly that every child could succeed academically and become a responsible citizen, and that to get students there, schools needed to do two things: provide a solid foundation in reading, math, social studies, sciences, and the arts, and create opportunities for students to contribute back to the community. Elsie saw that community service activities prepared students to become caring neighbors and responsible citizens. Linda was particularly taken with Elsie Whitlow Stokes in 1998 when she opened the doors to her school, because Elsie was her mother. The school opened in a church basement with 25 kindergarteners and first graders, and today it serves 350 pre-K through sixth graders and has an astounding 600 students on its waitlist. Linda is a powerful advocate for the benefits of teaching children in two languages. Elsie Whitlow Stokes offers dual immersion instruction where each classroom has a pair of teachers teaching students in English and Spanish or in English and French. And on a personal note, as someone who attended a dual immersion program and now sends her daughter to such a school, I can also personally attest to the strength of Linda's program, as she's also a well-known quantity even among DC's most elite private schools. The proof of the school's success, of course, is in its results. Elsie Whitlow Stokes was labeled a Tier 1 performing DC charter school by the DC Charter School Board. Students score well above average in reading and math proficiency, and her graduates have gone on to prestigious colleges and universities, such as the University of Pennsylvania and Harvard. And now, Linda is joining with 3 other leaders of the charter school community in DC to start an innovative charter high school called the District of Columbia International School. And finally, I would be remiss not to highlight that Linda is also the chair of the DC Association of Chartered Public Schools. Please help me welcome Linda Moore.
The Elsie Whitlow Stokes Community Freedom Public Charter School is what we think schools should be. It is a community that welcomes everybody who comes through the doors. Elsie Whitlow Stokes was my mother. She was a first grade teacher all of her professional life in Little Rock, Arkansas, and was the best teacher I've ever known. She tried to help children understand that they had a responsibility not only to themselves, but to their families and their communities, which is one of the things that we are working on here at Elsie Whitlow Stokes.
If I had friends like this.
I had the opportunity to work with some of the people in Minnesota who started the first charter schools in the nation. I knew what charter schools were. The District of Columbia had new legislation that authorized charter schools in the city, and it occurred to me at some point that this was an opportunity to make some changes in the District of Columbia.
Quelles couleurs sont les couleurs chaudes dans ton tableau? Les couleurs chaudes.
We are an intentionally diverse school. When we started recruiting students initially, we made sure we recruited from all over the city, from every ethnic group, from every economic group, because it is necessary for students to learn to work with people from many different backgrounds.
En donde están los nombres de todos los estudiantes de la clase.
We have a school that provides a language immersion program for students. All of our students spend at least half of their time learning math, reading, science, social science in 2 languages. We also said to parents that this is a school where we welcome your participation, we welcome your ideas, we welcome your engagement. You are part of the community. We can't do this without you.
1, 2, sing.
Always time to say hello to all my friends. Hello!
I believe that the best way to judge the success of this school is by the students who graduate from here. We have been incredibly successful with our students. We have had 4 classes of students now to enter college. We have 4 graduates who are Posse Scholars, and 2 of our graduates are now enrolled in Harvard University. Schools in this city needed reform. I thought that I could make a difference. I was horribly naive about how difficult the whole process would be, but I was also driven. And one of the things I know about people is that if you find somebody who's driven, you are likely to find success.
Are we ready to go back?
Yep.
Who's going to be at the front of the train? Who's going to be at the caboose? Okay.
Elsie, Whitlow, Stokes, community freedom charter school. I love your lessons, your rules, and all your principles. We will be scholars, and you will want to claim.
Thank you, Nina, and good morning, everyone. Wow, this is a pretty big room for a girl from Arkansas. I'm delighted to be here with y'all this morning, and I'm thrilled to be inducted into the National Charter School Hall of Fame. Thank you to everyone who made this honor possible. I especially want to thank my colleagues from the school, the parents, board members, teachers, family members, and lifelong friends who've joined me here today. I have to tell you, I was absolutely incredulous when I learned that I would be inducted into the Hall of Fame, for it was exactly 15 years ago to this date, July 1st, 1998, when the Elsie Whitlow Stokes Community Freedom Public Charter School's founding Board of Trustees was awarded its charter. Our pioneering trustees, teachers, staff, and parents demonstrated at that time their trust in a vision that a committed group of citizens could create a school that would successfully help culturally diverse urban children become scholars, leaders, and responsible global citizens who are committed to social justice. And now I'll tell you a secret. 15 years ago, we had absolutely no idea of what we would be up against, but we were committed and we were fearless, and we knew that all children are capable of achieving, and so we did it. Collectively, these pioneers created a place to call school, a model of urban education. These pioneers and other charter school advocates did not seek to replicate the same old tired approaches. Instead, they dreamed absolutely outlandish dreams. They dreamed that we can and we must successfully educate every child, that we can raise up generations of children who will restore the passion for civic engagement, who will create beautiful works of art, who will lead nations to study war no more, who will explore nearby planets, and who will become creative and inspiring teachers. These pioneers dreamed the dream. Today, we're being challenged to deliver on the dream. Delivering on the dream will not come without a struggle. And so, as I, most happily join the distinguished members of the Hall of Fame, I'd like to challenge all of us to remember the original dream for charter schools and to struggle together until the dream becomes reality. In the words of the great activist and abolitionist Frederick Douglass, if there is no struggle, there is no progress. The struggle may be a moral one, or it may be a physical one, or it may be both moral and physical, but it must be a struggle. Power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did, and it never will. When we leave this conference, let us leave united, demanding the very best for our children. Thank you so much.
Okay, so that wraps up our general session this morning. I hope that you've been sufficiently inspired and that by now you have realized that what it will take for us to be able to do a better job of delivering the dreams of our children. Tomorrow we're going to dig a little deeper into how we can expand and improve our efforts. And our focus is going to be more on the area of quality, equity, and innovation. Don't oversleep, because we have Secretary Arne Duncan, we have former Chancellor of Education Joel Klein, and we also have Mayor Vince Gray from DC joining us. We're also going to announce the winner of the Broad Prize. I want to thank again Armando Perez, our fantastic panelists, and our Hall of Famers for joining us today. We expect that you're going to enjoy the sessions throughout the day and that you will take a moment to go to our booth and sign on to our call to action to Congress and urge members to increase the funding for public charter schools. And last but not least, I hope you will join me this evening at 5:15 in the exhibit hall for our general reception. Thank you all.